Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chlorinated Thoughts. I have a question for you guys. Have you guys prepared for the new year? If you answered yes, then I'm very proud of you because you have taken the first step into making 2025 the best year ever. So if you answered no, then it's okay, girl. I'm here to help you because the first step to preparing for the new year is evaluating what you do not want to bring into the new year. Because we need to leave all that BS in 2024, and we also need to make space for everything new to come into our lives, even though sometimes we don't even know what we want. We don't have to know what we want all the time or what goals we want to set. Obviously, we want to know what our goals are, but we don't need to be super clear all the time on what we want in our lives. Sometimes life will work itself out and you will just get so many blessings. But the first step is to make space for those blessings. And that's what we're going to do today. Maybe you guys have the same experiences as me. And I'm going to tell you guys a few things that I want to leave in 2024 because tomorrow is 2025. Slay. By the way, guys, look how cute this robe is. This robe is a bit controversial at the moment because if anyone is just listening to this podcast, I'm wearing a Jerf Avenue robe. And Matilda Jerf is currently being cancelled for not letting her co-workers pee and poo in the same area as her and shouting at them and calling them fat. So sorry, I got this robe from my sister and she literally ordered it before Matilda Jerf got cancelled. And now I feel bad for having this robe, but I love the pattern. Wait, let me show it off. Yeah. So, I'm sorry if I'm being controversial, but I also do not approve of everything that she's been doing because obviously that's so shitty. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. So my plan originally was to print out all of my pictures that I want to put on my vision board and everything. But I don't have a printer. But basically, our building that I live in should have a printer on the 4th floor. And I went to the 4th floor and the printer doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the pictures that I had and I was going to be cutting and sticking with everyone. I'm going to make my vision board on my iPad. So my question was always do I let people see it? Do I not let people see it? Do I put it where other people can see it? And last year I put it where other people could see it in my dorm. And let's just say my dorm had some bad vibes. And overall, I know it's all about perspective and I have changed my perspective, but I've had much better years than 2024. Let's just get into it. And if you guys have your vision board pictures and stuff, but you haven't made your vision board, literally get it out right now and we can do it together while we talk about some fun stuff that we're not bringing into 2025. I don't really want to show all my pictures, but I'm going to show some of my pictures. Okay, one thing so it's the main thing and I want to just get it not the main thing. I have a lot of main things that I do not want to bring into 2025. But one of them is sicknesses. I do not want to bring sicknesses into 2025 because I had not too many, but I had one huge sickness and I had mono and it really just ruined my whole year. But I will say it really put into perspective the people that were there for me during that time versus the people that weren't there for me during that time. And but I don't want any more of that. I really don't. I learned my lesson, take breaks when you need it. don't like force yourself to, do swimming and stuff when you're freaking sick with mono. But I understand now, and please, please just let me get rid of it. I mean, yeah, let me just not bring it into the new year, please. Thank you. This year I had pretty bad experiences with friendships. Yeah. Honestly, I'm very happy because I have a very good relationship that I formed in 2024 with my boyfriend. And he was one of the main people that when I got sick, I realized, oh my God, like he's really there for me all the time and helping me with anything. Like really, we were, I got mono like 2 months into our relationship, and he was the most supportive person ever. Like, oh my gosh, like I was crying so much and doing the most because I'm a dramatic person, and he really was always there to comfort me and support me and make me feel happy even when I wasn't. My friendships, on the other hand, I never really fought with my friends ever. I don't know, I never really fell out with my friends. Like my best friends, I never had fights with them. And for some reason, American culture is very different, and people can be very like passive aggressive. I don't know. I feel like whenever I had a problem, or like me and my friends had problems back home, we would always like just talk about it, but it would never be a big deal. And here, girl, it's a big freaking deal. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. But for some reason, I gravitate more towards European people, even in America. Like one of my best friends here is Turkish. One of my other best friends is half French. And then my boyfriend is also his parents are Ukrainian. Like he grew up in like a European household. Like they had European traditions or like morals or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying all Americans are like this, because I have American friends that are not like this. But then I also know a few Americans that are like this, which is weird, but whatever. Yeah, one thing I want to leave in 2024 are just the friendships that did not make me feel good about myself. People that do shitty things when you think they're your friends behind your back, I'm leaving that in 2024. I think I already left that in like my freshman year, because no, like I have no time to be like stressing about friendships and people like my friends liking me. With real friends, I don't feel like you will get FOMO when you're not with them, because you know that they will, like when you're back or like when you're hanging out, they will not make you feel left out. You know what I mean? I feel like FOMO for me is a sign of like when you're not there, you'll never be allowed back. The next thing I'm leaving in 2024, self-deprecating and limiting humor. Like, you know how sometimes you just like say something funny, like put yourself down as a joke, and then in the moment you're like, okay, this was only a joke, I don't actually think this about myself. But then when you start making a joke like that once, you'll make the joke multiple times, and then somehow it doesn't become a joke anymore and you start to actually believe it. I think things like that are not good. I'll give you an example. So the other day I was talking to my boyfriend, who actually is an Olympic medalist, which is pretty cool. 2-time Olympic medalist. Comment down below if you want me to do a podcast with him. I'll force him to do it. I'm joking. No, I'm not. I'm joking. Anyways, we were talking about he wants to get his Olympic rings tattoo. And I was like, okay, like you do that. That would be super cute. And he wants to get on his bicep. And we were just talking about how I have other friends who are Olympians. My friend who is 16 years old. She made the Olympics this summer. She's 16. Crazy. I think that's a big accomplishment. And if I ever made the Olympics, I would definitely get that shit tattooed on me. Like, I'm not a big fan of tattoos, but like for the Olympics, I'll do it. I think that's so amazing. For me, it's like I'll get something tattooed on me if it means a lot to me, but like I'm not just gonna go out of my way to find something to tattoo on my body. I don't know, that's just me. But I love other people's tattoos. My sister has so many tattoos. My friends have so many tattoos. So we were talking about like when do you think it's valid to get the Olympic rings tattooed on your body? And my friend who's 16, she was like, I'm not gonna get the rings tattooed yet because I haven't made finals or like done anything major at the Olympics. Um, and my boyfriend actually thinks the same. My boyfriend is like, I feel like you should get the rings tattooed on your body when you've done something major at the Olympics. But in my opinion, I think if you swim, this isn't like swimming like terms, but if you make the qualifying time the A standard for the Olympics, that makes you qualified to go to the Olympics, you get top 2 in your country and you go, I think you are valid to go to get your rings tattooed on your body. Personally, it's gonna be kind of controversial. I think people that qualify with like people that basically go to the Olympics without swimming the qualifying times, I think it's stupid if you get the Olympic tattoo because you didn't rightfully qualify. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's controversial, but that's my opinion. But also, if I went to the Olympics, I probably would think differently because I made the freaking Olympics. Like, hello, I will get the tattoo. You know what I mean? So it just depends. This is my perspective, but people that actually went have a different perspective as well. But whatever. When he said that, I was telling him, well, I don't think that's the only time you should get the Olympic rings tattooed, because I was like, so for example, me, I wouldn't be able to make the finals. And he was like, why would you say that about yourself? Like that you just limited something that like you don't know that it could happen or not. You know what I mean? So I think in terms of that, I didn't even realize I was saying something self-deprecating and limiting about myself, but I did. It just shows that like I already put like a limit or like an assumption about myself. Why can't I assume that I could make an Olympic final? You know what I mean? Like I need to stop that in 2024. I need to stop that in 2025, and I need to just, if I don't want to say anything positive about myself, then don't say anything negative either, because then at least you're neutral. You know what I mean? These are like 2 cute little quotes that I found on Pinterest, and I thought they were super cute. First one, stop letting your potential go to waste because you don't feel ready enough. And number 2, it's a little star, and it's looking in the mirror, and the star says, I can do this, and then the reflection says back, you can do this. I think that's so cute. So yeah, those are things I have for now. Oh yeah, I also have me and my boyfriend having fun in the what's it called, in the water. I have another one. I love these little quotes, they're so cute. This one says, go for it because missed opportunities hurt much more than rejections. That's a good one. I like it. I want to leave comparing myself to others in 2024, and I also want to stop comparing my timeline to other people's timeline of success. Like, someone doing good in something is not taking away from my success, and I think a lot of the time I put that burden on me that makes me feel like, oh my god, like this person did that, like, oh my gosh, that makes me bad. No, it doesn't, girl. It really doesn't. It's really your own timeline, and they have their timeline, you have your timeline, and just stay in your lane. I think a lot of the time we forget that, like, everyone has their own lane. In swimming, everyone has their own lane. In running, everyone has their own lane. In life, everyone has their own lane and their own journey of getting to where they want to go. And sometimes we need to give ourselves that time that was planned for us, okay? Because the time that is planned for someone else is not you. That's not yours. So, don't treat it like it's yours, okay? Sometimes I don't put in the effort as much to reach out to my loved ones. I mean, I talk to my parents regularly on the phone, but like my extended family, they wish that I would like update them more and reach out to them more so they know what's going on in my life, because my family is like really close. And I think something I need to leave in 2024 is like not texting them, and not like at least shooting them a text being like, hey, like I've landed in Arizona, or like, hey, this is what's happening to me, blah blah, and like sending them pictures and stuff, because that makes them feel included. And I know it means a lot to them, and I think I should be doing that more. I want them to be more involved in my life, and that starts with me reaching out to them. Pictures I have so many water pictures with friends and my boyfriend and stuff, because I don't know, I think it's so fun to just, I love the sea and I love the ocean. And me and my boyfriend went to San Diego and it was so fun. And I want to do more of that with my friends and my partner and stuff like that. So I'm putting those because I think it's super fun. That reminds me, I want to stop stressing about like little things in 2025. So I think a lot of the time I put a lot of stress on myself, and I start to like automatically think like the worst things for something to happen if I do whatever. I think sometimes I need to stress less about practice and how it's going to go. I think if you start to think of it as something more fun and light, you will become more fun and lighter in the water. And the best times I've ever swam was when I was having so much fun and I was so confident in myself. Because what is the sport if you don't love it? You know what I mean? We all start things because we're passionate about it. What is it then if we're not passionate about it? You know what I mean? So that's something that I want to bring back in 2025, and also leave the negative things in 2024. These are going to take some time, and I know these are kind of like a lot of things, but there are already things that I've been working through. So it's like step by step, like one day at a time. You know what I mean? It's not like I have to change all of these things right this second. It starts with like the small things, and I can look back on this and listen to all the things that I had in mind and be reminded of them, and I think that's pretty cute. I want to talk a little bit about my goals for social media. I'm not setting these goals being like, this is my expectation. I'm going to say these are more my intentions. You know what I mean? I think there's a very big difference between expectations and intentions. That's also why, like, when I'm making this vision board, I'm putting these things on there kind of with a grain of salt. It's not like, oh, like this, I'm gonna do it, I have to do it. Because I feel like for me, that mindset puts pressure on me rather than inspires me. And yeah, that's what I've realized throughout the years, because that's what I've done before. I was like, I'm gonna do this and I have to do this, and then by the end of the year I was like, I have to do this, like, you know what I mean? So I don't want that really to happen. But basically, I want to really just grow my podcast in 2025, because I don't know, I feel like I've really enjoyed making these things, and like, I don't know, I've really enjoyed just talking about my feelings and talking about just things. And I really want to continue interviewing people in 2025. I'm so lucky to be able to have like people around me that are so inspirational, and not just to me, to others that are well known and stuff, and I have the opportunity to get to know them more as people, and I'd love to share that more with my audience and grow my audience, and for us to just be a cute little community. I think it's so fun, and any podcast that I've listened to really inspires me to gain that community. So yeah, I posted my first, like, not my first, my second, my third special guest on my podcast, who was Olivia Smoliga, and she was such a good person to interview. If you guys haven't listened to that podcast yet, it'll be in the link in my bio. And I'm so excited for what is to come for the podcast. So I did get a few images of the podcast. I mean, it would be really amazing if I could get monetized. If I'm going to be doing this, then it would be nice to make some money. Obviously. But yeah, I'm really happy I found something that gives me purpose outside of swimming. I mean, I know a lot of my friends say that they don't even know what they're going to do when they're done with swimming, but I feel like I have enough passions and I have enough, things outside of swimming that don't make me feel that, and I think I can be very lucky for that, because a lot of people, obviously even me, like my whole life is swimming, and I think it's important to start projects like these as an athlete, or like even athletes that like are not pursuing like a degree or going to college. I think it'll be a little hard for them to find their identity outside of the sport. So I think I'm really happy to be able to have something like this, and to be able to go to university and have all of these opportunities to set myself up for my future out after swimming, because that is a very important thing. That's really it for what I want to leave in 2024, and also a little bit of what I want to have my 2025 look like. I feel like this was kind of like a long yap session, but I like to yap, and I want to post something before New Year's, or at least on New Year's, to set an intention that I want to continue doing this, and I'm very excited for what's to come. Will you subscribe to my channel? Will you follow me on Spotify? Will you recommend me to your friends? You have to do those 3 things, or else you're having bad luck for the rest of the year. I'm joking, but also it'll bring you so much good luck if you do those things. Yeah, I would highly appreciate it. Spread the word about how cute of a community we are. And it lets me also share more of my chlorinated thoughts. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast, and I'm going to see you guys in the new year. You guys better do your vision boards, and if you do your vision boards, please send them to me. And also, comment. Now you can comment on Spotify, and obviously you were able to comment on YouTube. One thing you want to leave in 2024, and then we can switch it up. So we just took out one thing, and then let's add another thing that you want to bring into 2025, like a goal or something that you've been doing, or a person, and tag that person below, because they'll feel really appreciated. So yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing new year, and I'm gonna see you guys next time with a new episode. Bye, love you.